Okay, so let's dive into all this.
Sounds good.
You've shared a really interesting collection of materials with us.
Yeah.
Articles, blog posts, even a webinar recap.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all centered around higher education marketing in 2025.
Right.
So clearly you're trying to get a sense of how universities are attracting those prospective students
Yeah.
in our increasingly digital world.
Of course.
And as fellow marketers,
Yeah.
we're very excited to take a look and break down what your sources reveal about what's working and what's not.
Absolutely.
What's working, what's not.
Yep.
Yep.
One thing that I find really fascinating
Yeah.
is the emphasis on SEO.
Yep.
The Search Influence webinar, for example,
Mm-hmm.
points out that while institutions seem to grasp its value,
Uh-huh.
over half lack a solid strategy.
Really?
And this is where it gets interesting,
Yeah.
because we're not just talking about basic SEO anymore.
Right.
Right.
It's almost like SEO has become this hidden VIP. Everyone at the party knows how important they are, but nobody's actually sure how to talk to them,
That's a great analogy.
you know?
It's particularly crucial in higher ed, where competition for attention is so fierce.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. Your website is the foundation of your digital presence.
Okay.
It's the storefront, the welcome mat,
Mm.
the first impression.
Sure.
Regardless of how students discover you, whether it's through ads, social media,
Right.
or even word of mouth,
Yeah.
they'll likely end up on your website to learn more.
Of course.
A strong SEO foundation ensures that your site is not just discoverable,
All right.
but actually provides a great user experience,
Okay.
which in turn supports all your other marketing efforts.
So it's almost like setting the stage before the play even begins, right?
Precisely.
You need a solid foundation before you can start wowing your audience with fancy sets and costumes.
Exactly. Now, speaking of wowing the audience,
Okay.
that brings us to another key point highlighted in several sources,
Okay.
including those from Little Fox's marketing.
The importance of creating delightful user experiences,
Delightful.
particularly on critical pages like visit admission and even tuition pages.
See, those aren't exactly topics known for their delightfulness, are they?
Right.
It sounds almost counterintuitive. How
Yeah.
do you make something like a tuition page delightful?
It's a challenge, no doubt,
Yeah.
but it's possible.
Okay.
By using clear navigation, engaging visuals, and concise messaging, institutions can make even these traditionally dry topics more approachable and user-friendly.
Okay.
Imagine a tuition page that isn't just a wall of numbers,
Right.
but uses interactive tools to break down costs,
Uh-huh.
compare financial aid options,
Yeah.
and even project potential return on investment.
Oh, wow.
That's the kind of experience that can turn a potentially stressful process into something clear and manageable.
Okay, so we've got a solid foundation with SEO,
Mm-hmm.
and we're aiming for a delightful user experience.
Right.
But there's another player in this game that we can't ignore.
Yes.
AI.
The Search Influence webinar specifically mentions Google's AI-generated summaries,
Yes.
the AI overviews,
Right.
and how they're changing the search game.
Absolutely.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
They often dominate the search results page,
Mm-hmm.
pushing down even the most optimized organic listings.
Exactly. And this is where things get really interesting from an SEO perspective.
Okay.
Institutions need to understand how to optimize for AI search to maintain visibility in this new landscape.
Okay.
This might mean focusing on commercial and transactional keywords,
Uh-huh.
evaluating keyword competition more strategically,
Yeah.
and really aligning content with search intent
Okay.
to increase the chances of being featured in those AI overviews.
So it's almost like playing a game where the rules are constantly changing.
Yeah.
You have to be one step ahead,
Mhm.
anticipating the next move, or you risk getting left behind.
Right.
And it's not just AI shaking things up.
Yeah.
The webinar also touches on another significant shift
Okay.
that's impacting the digital marketing landscape: cookie deprecation,
Mm-hmm.
with third-party cookies slowly fading into the sunset.
Yeah. Hey.
Institutions really need to rethink their targeting strategies.
Absolutely.
It's like losing your trusty compass in the middle of an expedition.
Yeah.
How do you navigate without it?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
The webinar suggests a few ways institutions can adapt.
Okay.
One is prioritizing first-party data.
Okay.
That valuable information collected directly from prospective students through website interactions, forms, and applications.
Right.
This data can be used to create custom audiences for retargeting
Uh-huh.
and lookalike audiences to expand reach.
Okay.
Think of it as building your own internal compass,
Oh.
one that's even more precise and reliable
Oh, yeah.
because it's based on direct interactions with your target audience.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're adapting to the world of AI-driven search,
Uh-huh.
navigating the cookieless wilderness
Right.
and building our own internal compasses.
Yes.
But what about the actual content itself?
Yeah.
Where does social media fit into all of this?
That's where things get really interesting because
Uh-huh.
social media isn't just about posting on Facebook and Instagram anymore.
Right?
The webinar highlights how social search is expanding beyond those platforms.
Okay.
We're seeing social content influencing in-app searches and
Interesting.
even showing up prominently in Google search results.
Oh, wow.
This opens up a whole new avenue for institutions to reach prospective students.
Okay.
It's about being present where they're already engaging and searching.
So if a student is scrolling through TikTok
Mm-hmm.
or searching within a specific app,
Yeah.
their social media activity can actually influence what shows up in their Google search results.
That's right.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It really highlights how interconnected the digital world is becoming.
Precisely. And it's why institutions need to think beyond traditional social media platforms.
Mm.
The webinar even suggests considering platforms like Reddit and Quora for education marketing.
Reddit and Quora. Those seem like unusual choices for higher education.
They might seem unconventional,
Yeah.
but they present a unique opportunity to connect with students authentically.
Okay.
Reddit, for example, has massive engaged communities
Mm-hmm.
where students are already discussing their interests,
Uh-huh.
asking questions, and seeking advice
Yeah.
by participating in these communities.
Okay.
Hosting AMAs with faculty,
Yeah.
and engaging in relevant discussions. Institutions can demonstrate their expertise,
Mm-hmm.
build trust, and connect with students in a more organic way.
It's like ditching the megaphone and opting for a one-on-one conversation instead.
Exactly.
Instead of shouting your message from the rooftops, you're joining the conversation already happening at the grassroots level.
Precisely. It's about being part of the community,
Yeah.
offering value, and establishing thought leadership,
Right.
rather than just pushing marketing messages.
This is all incredibly insightful.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground in this
Right.
first part of our deep dive.
I've
We've seen how crucial a solid SEO foundation is
Right.
in the age of AI-driven search.
Mm-hmm.
How creating delightful user experiences
Yes.
can transform even the most mundane topics,
Uh-huh.
and how social media is evolving into something far more influential than we ever imagined.
Absolutely.
But there's much more to explore.
There is. Welcome back. It's great to continue unpacking these insights with you. In this next part of our deep dive, let's shift our focus to some specific examples and innovative strategies being used in higher education marketing today. Because as marketers, we're always looking for inspiration and fresh ideas, right?
Absolutely. And one thing that really stood out to me was the Terminal 4 blog post about how Australian universities are driving online learning. They seem to be setting the pace in many ways, particularly when it comes to understanding the needs of the modern student.
What's impressive about the Australian model is their emphasis on flexibility and student support, especially for online learners. They recognize that the traditional on-campus experience isn't feasible for everyone, so they've built a system that caters to diverse needs with options like asynchronous courses, multiple start dates, and part-time study pathways.
It's like they've cracked the code on making education accessible to a wider audience without compromising on quality. This is something many institutions struggle with.
Yes, and it's a smart move, especially considering the rising demand for online and flexible learning options. Universities like UNSW and Monash are highlighted for their efforts in creating a truly supportive online learning ecosystem. They're not just dumping course content online. They're providing personalized consultations, offering virtual student advisors, and even tailoring career services specifically for online learners.
It's about creating a holistic experience that mirrors or even surpasses the support and guidance students would receive on a physical campus. That level of commitment to online learners is impressive.
Absolutely. And this commitment extends to their approach to curriculum development as well. The Australian model has a strong emphasis on industry alignment. Many universities are co-designing programs and courses with industry partners, ensuring that graduates are equipped with the skills and experience that employers actually need.
The Terminal 4 article mentions RMIT Online as a prime example, partnering with companies like IBM and Amazon Web Services to create tech-driven programs that are highly relevant to the current job market.
It's a strategic approach that benefits everyone involved. Students gain valuable real-world experience. Employers get access to a pool of highly skilled graduates ready to hit the ground running, and the university strengthens its reputation for producing work-ready professionals. It's a win-win-win.
Speaking of innovative approaches, the Terminal 4 article also highlights the role of centralized learning platforms in Australia, like the Open Universities Australia platform.
That's another key differentiator. These platforms allow students to seamlessly mix and match courses from different institutions, creating a highly personalized and flexible learning experience. Imagine being able to curate your own educational journey, picking and choosing the best courses from various universities based on your specific interests and goals.
It's like building your own degree a la carte. That's a stark contrast to the often fragmented approach we see in other parts of the world, where universities rely on various, often incompatible learning management systems.
Exactly. The Australian model is much more student-centric in that sense. It puts the power of choice in the hands of the learner, and this focus on flexibility extends beyond full degree programs. Australian universities are also leading the way in micro-credentials and lifelong learning opportunities, recognizing the growing need for shorter, more focused courses that allow professionals to upskill quickly in specific areas.
The University of Melbourne was mentioned specifically for their impressive micro-credential offerings in high-demand fields like data science and healthcare. These micro-credentials are a game changer. They allow professionals to stay ahead of the curve, acquire in-demand skills without committing to a full degree program, and signal their expertise to potential employers.
It's a smart strategy that addresses the evolving needs of the modern workforce, where continuous learning and upskilling are essential for staying relevant and competitive. Now, while Australian universities are certainly pushing boundaries, there's another global shift happening that impacts you directly: the evolution of higher education catalogs. The SMI blog post points out that catalogs are going digital, ditching the bulky printed format for a more dynamic and engaging online experience.
It makes sense. In a world where everything is going digital, it was only a matter of time before college catalogs caught up. But what are the real advantages of a digital catalog? Is it just about being trendy, or are there tangible benefits for both institutions and students?
It's definitely more than just a trend. The Modern Campus article delves into some of the key advantages of digital catalogs, highlighting features like enhanced searchability, personalized course planning tools, and integration with other systems. Think of it as transforming a static brochure into an interactive resource that caters to individual needs.
I'm picturing a student being able to easily search for specific courses or programs, filter by areas of interest, maybe even create a personalized academic plan with a built-in course scheduler. It's like having a virtual advisor right at your fingertips.
Exactly. We're seeing institutions like Bellevue College integrating a career and program explorer into their digital catalog, while Muskingum University allows students to build personalized academic plans using their My Portfolio feature. These are just a few examples of how digital catalogs are becoming powerful tools that enhance the student journey.
It's about moving beyond simply listing courses and programs to providing a truly helpful resource that guides students through their decision-making process. And speaking of unconventional resources, the EMI blog post also mentioned something that caught my attention: the use of Reddit for education marketing.
That's right. Reddit is often overlooked by higher education institutions. But as the Think Orion article points out, it has incredible potential. It boasts a massive and incredibly active user base, offering a unique opportunity to connect with students authentically.
I can see how it could be a powerful platform for hosting AMAs with faculty or alumni, or even just participating in relevant discussions to build brand awareness and engage with prospective students in their own territory.
Precisely. It's about being part of the conversation, providing value, and establishing thought leadership in a space where students are already actively seeking information and engaging with their peers. The key, of course, is to avoid being overly promotional or spammy. It's about building genuine relationships and fostering a sense of community.
It's about being a helpful resource rather than a pushy salesperson. So much of what we've discussed today revolves around this idea of shifting from a broadcast model of marketing to a more conversational and engaging approach. It's about meeting students where they are understanding their needs and providing real value.
That's the essence of effective marketing in today's world. And in the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore how this philosophy is being applied to create delightful user experiences, leverage thought leadership, and tap into the power of platforms like LinkedIn to connect with prospective students on a deeper level.
Welcome back to our deep dive into higher education marketing.
It's great to be back.
As marketers ourselves, I think we can both agree that the strategies we've uncovered so far are pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
But in this final part, let's focus on some of those nuanced approaches institutions are using to really stand out
Okay.
and connect with prospective students on a personal level.
Sounds good.
Earlier, we talked about creating delightful user experiences. It's not a phrase you typically hear in the context of college applications
Right.
or financial aid information.
Yeah, you don't often see those two things together, but
Right.
that's exactly why it's so important,
Yeah.
as Little Fox's marketing points out.
Mm-hmm.
By focusing on UX, even traditionally dry topics can become engaging and approachable.
Okay.
It's about shifting the perception from chore to choice.
They had some specific examples in their materials, right?
They did.
Like how to create a truly engaging visit page
Right.
or guide someone through the admissions process in a way that doesn't make them want to pull their hair out.
Absolutely, for visit pages.
Okay.
They emphasize the importance of using high-quality visuals,
Okay.
clear messaging, and intuitive navigation.
Right.
Think about it from a student's perspective.
Right.
They're trying to imagine themselves on campus experiencing student life.
Yeah.
High-quality photos and videos that showcase the campus vibe,
Uh-huh.
testimonials from current students, and an easy way to schedule a tour can make all the difference.
Yeah.
It's about selling the experience, not just listing facts and figures.
It's like the difference between reading a travel brochure
Yes,
and actually watching a travel vlog.
exactly.
One engages your senses and emotions while the other just gives you information.
Right. And when it comes to admissions pages,
Okay.
transparency and clarity are key.
Yeah,
No one wants to feel lost or overwhelmed during the application process.
of course.
Breaking down the steps into a clear and concise format,
Yeah.
using visual cues like icons or checklists,
Mm.
and having a robust FAQ section to address common concerns
Right.
can significantly improve the user experience.
It's about taking a potentially stressful and confusing process
Yeah.
and making it feel manageable and even, dare I say, enjoyable.
That's the goal.
Okay, so we're creating delightful experiences on our website,
Mm-hmm.
but how do we get those prospective students there in the first place?
Right.
Several sources mentioned leveraging thought leadership as a powerful strategy.
It is.
Thought leadership is all about positioning your institution
Right.
as a trusted source of knowledge and expertise.
Exactly.
Carnegie Dartlet has a great piece on using LinkedIn thought leader ads in higher education marketing.
I've seen that.
Instead of just talking about how great your programs are, you let your experts do the talking.
Exactly.
So it's about letting your faculty alumni
Mm-hmm.
and other thought leaders showcase their expertise and insights,
Yes.
almost like giving them a platform to share their passions and perspectives with the world.
It's a much more authentic and engaging way to connect with prospective students
Okay.
because people are more likely to trust information coming from a recognized expert in the field.
Yeah.
Think about it. Would you rather hear about a groundbreaking research project from a marketing brochure
Mhm.
or from the professor who actually led the study?
The article suggested using these thought leader ads to highlight things like faculty research,
Yeah.
student success stories,
Mhm.
and alumni achievements.
Oh.
It's about demonstrating the value and impact of your institution through real-world examples and personal stories.
Precisely. And by using LinkedIn's powerful targeting capabilities,
Right.
you can ensure that these messages are reaching the right audience, those students who are most likely to be interested in what your institution has to offer.
Makes sense.
Speaking of LinkedIn,
Okay.
the RGI consulting piece talked about using the platform to attract students with specific interests and talents.
Okay.
It's about going beyond the general, we're a great university message.
Right.
And really targeting those niche interests.
So if you have a strong program in, say, robotics or environmental science,
Yeah.
you can use LinkedIn to specifically target students who are passionate about those fields.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating that your institution understands and values their specific interests,
Uh-huh.
and that you have programs and resources designed to help them achieve their unique goals.
Okay.
They also suggested using LinkedIn to share success stories of alumni who have excelled in those areas. It's like saying, look, here's what you can achieve if you choose our program.
It's all about connecting with those prospective students on a deeper, more personal level, making them feel seen and understood.
That's what it's all about.
It's been fascinating exploring these innovative strategies with you.
I agree.
As marketers, it's inspiring to see how higher education institutions are adapting to the ever-changing digital landscape.
It really is the key takeaway for me,
Yeah.
is that in today's world, it's not enough to simply market at students.
Right.
We have to market with them.
We do.
It's about building relationships, fostering genuine connections,
Uh-huh.
and demonstrating real value.
It's about being a partner in their educational journey,
Yes.
not just a vendor trying to sell them a product.
Exactly.
And that's what makes higher education marketing so unique and so rewarding.
I think so.
Well, there you have it. A deep dive into the dynamic world of higher education marketing. We hope this exploration has sparked some new ideas for you as you navigate this evolving landscape.
Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in higher education marketing.